Happy Wednesday, guys. Today we're going to talk about my favorite community, tradition.
You better get fired up.
Guys, let's do this. Today we're going to talk about tradition. It's my favorite community in Port St. Lucie. I live in Bedford Park here. I couldn't love it more, right? And just like with anything, there's pros and cons to it. I'm going to talk about some of those things here in a second. But what I want to do is I want to get into tradition and look at kind of what the average price points are, what are the higher price points, the lower price points, just to give you a feel for what's going on. So let's go. This should be good. So I'm sharing my screen right now. You guys are looking at the MLS. This is the tool that all realtors use to input listings into the market. It's what buyers agents use to go and look properties up for different clients. And this also connects to all the major feed sites that you see, like Zillow, Trulia, Realtor, Redfin, eXp Realty, Keller Williams, Coldwell Banker, Remax, you name it. It's all sourced from this, right? This is the hub of everything. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to draw a rough, it won't be perfect, but roughly where tradition is here. And we're going to come in and just look at some options here. So here's something that a lot of people aren't aware of, at least certainly not locals with tradition, is when you come into tradition, purchase in tradition, there's a one-time, it's called a community enhancement fee. It's 0.97%, just a hair under 1% of the purchase price. Right now in the documents, it states they can raise that as high as 1%. They've been raising it and raising it. I think when I moved here roughly 5 years ago, it was at 0.77, and it's gone up ever since. So it would not surprise me at all if in the next 6 to 12 months, we're to full 1%, right? So if you're buying a $400,000, $500,000 home, you're looking at $4,000 to $5,000 in a one-time expense that's added into your closing costs, and you're going to pay that just for living in tradition. That's a fee that you're not going to pay anywhere else. Now, yes, other HOAs do have, they don't call them community enhancement fees. They call them, I can't think of what the word is, but it's the same thing, right? It goes to essentially padding the reserves of that HOA. It's great. It increases the health of the community, everything else. But it is an expense that you've got to be aware that you're paying. Capital contribution, that's what they call it in other communities. So here they call it a community enhancement fee, right? So we can see right here, there are 263 active properties, roughly, because I'm sure my little map here isn't exactly perfect, in tradition. And if we look, I'm just going to bring up a list here. Let's just kind of get a feel for the asking prices that we're seeing here, right? When you live in tradition, you're going to have tradition, which is the overarching HOA, and then you're going to have a subordinate HOA. So mine is Bedford Park. There's Vitalia, and there's oh no, I'm blanking on everything. Victoria Park, and there's all these different ones. You're going to pay an additional HOA fee there. Sometimes it's a little bit higher, sometimes it's a little bit lower. So in tradition, right now, I think the monthly fee is 199 something a month, right? And that covers, I believe it's your Wi-Fi and your cable, and I can't remember what else it covers, right? Maybe that's it. I can't remember. But when you're looking at the rest of the HOAs, Bedford Park, for example, that HOA fee is going to cover different things. So some of us have clubhouses, some don't. Some have pools, some don't. Some have management. I think all have management. But the extent to how much management and the quality of management and everything else, it's dependent upon the HOA, right? Some have gates, some have gate guards, some cover your landscaping. I think all of them cover your landscaping. Some are going to cover mulching, some aren't. Some are going to, if you've got shared units like condos or townhouses, it's going to cover the shared facilities like the roofs or the exterior paint. It is going to cover any shared areas, right? Community areas like parks or green areas or signage coming into the area. All of those things are going to be covered, and that's going to impact your HOA fee. So when you're looking in tradition, you're going to have two HOA fees, tradition and whatever the subordinate HOA you're coming into is. So you can see here, looking at 263 properties, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not true because this one is the same property. It's just on two different MLSs. So you've got 5 that are $1 million or more. So there aren't a ton over $1 million. And you can see they're in Riverland, and Tradition Plat 15, right? So they're predominantly in Riverland. Now, those aren't sales prices, those are active prices. Maybe they're high, maybe they're low, who knows? But you can see that they're on over $1 million. Now, if we come down to 263, so the median would be 130, what, 132? Let's come down to 132 and see what that medium asking price is, not the sales price. I almost guarantee the sales price will be lower. The median asking price is 519,230. Okay. So if you're looking for a $400,000 home and you want to be in tradition, out of 263, you've got right here all but 221. Man, now I got a 263 minus 221. You're looking at 42 options divided by 263. So that's 16% of your options, or just a hair under a sixth, are going to be $400,000 or less, which is great. So now let's take a look at these HOA fees. And I guarantee we're going to have some inaccuracy. Oh, not on the high end. Okay. So the highest, we've got Vitaly up here at the high end. They're at 591. Lake Park, 583, 584. Right. And then as we come down, 566. There's some in Vitalia. Here's the Lakes, Del Webb. We're looking at 531-ish. 517, 518, Vitalia. Here's Tularo. You're looking at 503. Let's get down to that lower end and see what some of the more affordable, at least for tradition, monthly fees are going to be. Yeah, so this is the bottom here. I don't know how much I trust these numbers down here, but I'll say here from 283 to 350, you've got Emory, Valencia Grove at Riverland. Town Park is at 367. So you can see the overwhelming majority of these are going to be $400 to $600. All right, so that's what you're looking at in tradition. Now, if you come and you're like, hey, I want to be at 400 grand and I would like to have my own personal pool. Let's take a look at list price, 400 grand. And it's going to be what, 42? Yep, 42. And if you want a private pool and you want to be under 400 grand in tradition, you've got 3. All right, so let's take a look. This is probably one of the more popular things that we're hearing coming from buyers. We've got one at 350, 383, and 389.5. The HOA fees are all 480 for all of them. The square footage is 1526, and 1680, and they're all 2-bed, 2-bath with a 2-stall garage, right? So let's take a peek at what these properties look like on the inside. This is what you're getting for, so here we're looking at 350, right? So you can see you got a nice tile roof, paver driveway. Now, this is a townhouse. It's a 2-unit townhouse. That's why you're saving the money. And you've got a pool in the back. And look at the lot that you're on. It's a nice little reserve lot, so you don't have neighbors in the back or anything like that. Beautiful views. It's dated, but it's clean. It's staged. It's clean. Like, this is what you want, right? If you want to save money, look for a clean, well-maintained, dated home, and that's going to get you, in my opinion, the best deal. Now, if there's something you want to update, something aesthetic, it's not a need, it's a want, you can do it whenever you have the time and money, right? And if you don't, then it's no big deal. So that's what 350 gets you. Let's see what 383 gets you. Okay, again, they got their private pool right here. It's screened. These guys are on the water. Yeah, that's pretty. This looks like a connected townhome as well. The last one was in the Lakes. This one's got upgraded flooring, wainscoting on some of the walls, built-ins. But of course, we're at 383 here, so we're a little higher price point. We've got a backsplash that matches underneath the, I'll call it an island. It's not an island, but whatever it is. Looks like Corian countertops, white appliances. Look at that. We got chrome molding in the master. Nice. It looks like tile. Yep, tile flooring. That looks like tile, plink tile. So there you go. That's a 3 to get 3 grits you. Let's look at this last one. This is 389.5. We'll just say 390. Beautiful view. Light, white, and bright. Nice pull out back on the water. This is my favorite flooring. I don't think my wife will let me get it, but this is my favorite. I love that lighting. It's nicely staged. Oh my God, I love that flooring. She won't let me get it. Again, we've got a tile roof, paver driveway. I'm wondering if all of these aren't in the lakes. Now, this one's got granite. It's got stainless steel appliances. Let me go back one. Looks like we got plantation shutters on the windows there. Man, this is a great house. Yeah, under 400 grand, your own pool, and it's completely updated, and you're on the water in tradition. That's a nice deal right there. And then this is your clubhouse. Again, I think this is the lakes. Yeah, it's not telling me, but I think that's what it is. So, guys, there you go. There are some deals that you can get. I shouldn't say deals. I don't know if they're good deals or not. I didn't look at the prices. That last one felt good, but at least you can see what you can get for under $400,000 in tradition. You can see you can get a pool if you're open to a 2-unit townhome. If you're not, you can probably get a pool for maybe mid fours, right? And then you get your own private home. But you've got some options, right? We're not seeing prices come down, but what I am seeing is more inventory on the market. So you're not necessarily going to save any money versus 6 to 12 months ago, but you're going to have more options to choose from, hopefully helping out those picky buyers and just getting you into a place that fits your needs. But there you guys go. If you've got any other questions or ideas for future videos that you'd love us to follow up on, feel free to put it in the comments, and I'm more than happy to do that. Maria, how you doing? Otherwise, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Take care.